Welcome, listener, to a journey of transformation. Picture this, a ladder stretching toward the sky, each rung a step closer to the life you've dreamed of: success, power, fulfillment. That's the promise of the magic ladder to success, a timeless guide penned by Napoleon Hill, the father of modern motivational literature, and revised by Patricia G. Horan. First published in 1930, just as the Great Depression loomed, this book distills Hill's interviews with titans like Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford into 17 principles of success. Today, we'll climb those first 3 rungs together in detail, then survey the rest, uncovering how desire, purpose, and belief can turn your dreams into reality. I'm your narrator, here to bring Hill's wisdom to life. Let's begin. Chapter 1, The Mastermind. Our ascent starts with Lesson 1, The Mastermind. Imagine 2 minds, like sparks striking together, igniting a flame brighter than either could produce alone. Hill defines the mastermind as a composite mind, consisting of 2 or more individual minds working in perfect harmony, with a definite aim in view. It's the cornerstone of all success, because power, true power, comes from collaboration, not isolation. Hill's journey to this principle began with a challenge from Andrew Carnegie in 1908. A young reporter with a letter of introduction, Hill sat in Carnegie's opulent library as the steel magnate dangled a golden watch and posed a question. Would Hill dedicate years, unpaid, to distill the secrets of success from America's greatest minds? Hill took just 29 seconds to say yes. Carnegie gave him 60. That moment of decisiveness sparked a 20-year odyssey, and the mastermind was born. So what fuels this composite mind? Desire. Not a fleeting wish, but a burning, intense craving. Hill insists, desire is the starting point of all human achievement. Think of it like an acorn holding the potential of an oak tree. It's small, but mighty when nurtured. He lists 8 power motivators that fan this desire into action: self-preservation, sexual contact, financial gain, life after death, fame, love, revenge, and egotism. These aren't just feelings, they're dynamite for the mind. Take Henry Ford as an example. His desire for financial gain and fame drove him to toil through starvation and ridicule, perfecting the Model T. Or consider love's power. Hill hints at Ford's wife as a silent force behind his triumphs, a partner in his mastermind. Alone, Ford was a tinkerer. With her harmony, he became a titan. But there's more to the mastermind than human alliance. Hill dives into science, molecules, atoms, electrons, showing how everything vibrates with energy. He quotes Alexander Graham Bell, who speculated that thoughts, like wireless waves, ripple through the ether, connecting every mind. Picture your brain as a 2-way radio, broadcasting and receiving vibrations. Hill believes every thought you release joins a universal library, accessible to those in tune with you. Example time. Thomas Paine, the revolutionary thinker, credited his genius to voluntary visitors, ideas popping into his mind unbidden. Hill suggests these came from the ether, caught by Paine's receptive brain. A mastermind, then, isn't just 2 people in a room. It's tapping into this cosmic current, amplifying your power through harmony. By the chapter's end, Hill's message is clear. Success begins with a burning desire, magnified by alliance, and tuned to the universe's frequency. It's not magic, it's method. Chapter 2, The Importance of a Definite Aim. Now, we climb to Lesson 2, the importance of having a definite aim. If desire is the spark, a definite aim is the blueprint. It gives your fire a shape. Hill learned this from his stepmother, a woman who yanked his family from poverty's grip. She told young Napoleon, "What the mind can conceive, it can achieve," planting a seed that grew into this principle. Hill's definite aim was audacious, to codify success itself. When Carnegie challenged him, he didn't just say yes. He envisioned a philosophy to uplift millions. That clarity carried him through decades of struggle, bankruptcies, jail time, personal loss. Without it, he'd have drifted like so many others. Why does this matter? Because, Hill argues, most people lack direction. They wish for better days, but never define what better means. A definite aim isn't "I want to be rich." It's "I will build a steel empire by 1910, like Carnegie, or I'll perfect the telephone by 1876, like Bell." It's specific, timed, and relentless. Hill shares a story from his research. F.W. Woolworth, the 5 and 10-cent store king, started with a flop. His first store failed miserably, but he had a definite aim: to make affordable goods universal. Each defeat refined his plan until he cracked the code, building an empire from nickels and dimes. That's the power of focus. Failure becomes a stepping stone, not a grave. He ties this to the mastermind too. A definite aim aligns your allies. Imagine Ford without a vision, his wife, his engineers, all pulling in different directions. Chaos. But with a car for every family as his North Star, they moved as one. Hill says, successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. That's the definite aim in action, decisive, unwavering. Here's a modern twist. Think of Steve Jobs. His aim? To put a computer in every home. He didn't waver, even when ousted from Apple. His clarity pulled others into his orbit, creating a mastermind that reshaped the world. Hill would nod approvingly. Jobs climbed this rung with gusto. Lesson 2's takeaway? Define your aim. Write it down. Make it your obsession. Without it, desires just smoke, no substance. Chapter 3, Self-Confidence. Rung 3 is Lesson 3, Self-Confidence. If desire lights the fire and a definite aim shapes it, self-confidence is the steel that keeps it burning through storms. Hill calls it the backbone of success, forged from belief in yourself and your plan. His own life proves it. Born in a one-room Virginia cabin, Hill was a wild kid, gun in hand, until his stepmother instilled ambition. Later, accused of fraud and jailed, he could have crumbled. But self-confidence, rooted in his definite aim, pulled him through. He advised FDR, wrote iconic speeches, and turned setbacks into springboards. Hill identifies 6 basic fears that erode self-confidence: poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These are mind killers, whispering doubt until you stall. He tells of Edison, who faced over 10,000 failures before the light bulb glowed. Poverty loomed, critics sneered, yet Edison's belief in his genius held firm. Self-confidence isn't arrogance, it's resilience. An example from the text, Columbus. He sailed for India, hit America instead, and died in chains. Failure? Sure. But his unshakable belief in his mission opened a continent. Hill says, self-confidence turns temporary defeat into victory. Columbus didn't win personally, but his faith reshaped history. Hill offers a practical tip: autosuggestion. Tell yourself daily, I can do this. It's not fluff, it rewires your subconscious. He practiced it, rising from a mountain reporter to a global influencer. Think of Muhammad Ali. I am the greatest wasn't just bravado, it was self-confidence programming his mind for triumph. This ties back to the mastermind. Doubt poisons harmony. If Ford hadn't believed in himself, his wife's support would have faltered. Self-confidence is contagious. It steadies your allies and silences your fears. Hill's challenge? Face your fears, name them, and climb past them. Chapter 4, The Habit of Saving. Our climb resumes with Lesson 4, The Habit of Saving. Now, don't tune out. This isn't just about pinching pennies. Hill sees saving as a powerhouse of personal control, a way to fuel your dreams with resources and resilience. It's not about hoarding. It's about building a foundation for power. Hill's own life underscores this. Born in a one-room cabin in Virginia, he watched his stepmother transform his family's fortunes through thrift and strategy. She managed a farm and store, sent his father to dental school at 40, and taught young Napoleon that money saved today is freedom tomorrow. That lesson stuck. Even as Hill faced bankruptcies and setbacks, his habit of saving, however small, kept him afloat, funding his 20-year quest to codify success. Why does saving matter? Hill argues it's the bedrock of independence. Without it, you're a slave to circumstance, bills, debts, emergencies. With it, you wield power to seize opportunities. He writes, the habit of saving is one of the surest indications of a successful person. It's discipline in action, proof you can master yourself before mastering the world. Let's meet John D. Rockefeller, a titan Hill admired. As a boy, Rockefeller saved every cent from odd jobs, selling turkeys, lending small sums at interest. By 16, he had $50, a fortune then. That habit grew into Standard Oil, a monopoly built not just on oil, but on meticulous thrift. When others spent recklessly, Rockefeller saved, buying rivals during downturns. Hill would say he climbed this rung with steel boots. A modern example? Warren Buffett. Known for living modestly in Omaha, Buffett started saving as a kid, delivering papers, buying pinball machines to rent out. By 11, he owned stock. His billions today stem from a lifetime of compounding small savings. Echoing Hill's point, lack of thrift is a top cause of failure. Buffett's frugality isn't deprivation, it's strategy. Hill ties this to the mastermind too. Saving aligns your allies. Imagine a business partner who squanders cash, trust erodes. But one who saves, harmony thrives. Hill's tip? Start small, 10% of your income, locked away. It's not the amount, it's the habit. Over time, it's your war chest for the definite aim ahead. Takeaway: saving isn't sacrifice, it's empowerment. It's the rung that steadies your climb. Chapter 5, Initiative and Leadership. Next, Lesson 5, Initiative and Leadership. Here, Hill shifts from preparation to action. He says, success comes to those who take initiative and lead, not those who wait for permission. It's about stepping up, even when the path's unclear, and inspiring others to follow. Hill's story is a masterclass in this. After Carnegie's challenge, he didn't wait for a paycheck or a roadmap. He launched into interviews with giants like Edison and Ford, often broke, sometimes doubted. When jailed falsely for fraud, he didn't sulk. He wrote, planned, and emerged stronger, advising FDR. Initiative turned setbacks into stepping stones. Leadership made his philosophy a movement. What's initiative? It's acting first. Leadership? Guiding others with vision. Hill stresses both require courage. Courage to risk failure, to face ridicule. He lists lack of persistence and indecision among failure's causes, warning that hesitation kills dreams. Successful people, he notes, make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Enter the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur. Hill cites their saga, countless crashed contraptions, mocked by skeptics who said flight was folly. Yet they took initiative, building wings in a bicycle shop, testing in windswept fields. Each crash was a lesson, each flight a step. Leadership shone when they rallied mechanics and dreamers to their cause, lifting humanity skyward in 1903. Hill would cheer. They didn't wait for the world, they led it. Fast forward to Elon Musk. Initiative? He founded SpaceX when NASA laughed. Leadership? He rallied engineers to reuse rockets, slashing costs. When a 2008 launch failed, he didn't quit. 3 days later, he tried again, succeeding. Hill's principle lives. Act boldly, lead fiercely. This links to self-confidence. Without belief, initiative falters, doubt paralyzes. The Wrights believed when others scoffed. Musk pushed when banks balked. Hill's advice? Start with small acts. Decide today, lead tomorrow. It's a muscle, flex it. Lesson 5's essence: don't wait. Step up. The ladder moves when you do. Chapter 6, Imagination. We reach Lesson 6, Imagination. Hill calls it the workshop of the mind, where ideas are born, ideas that become wealth, inventions, empires. It's not daydreaming. It's disciplined creativity, the bridge from desire to reality. Hill's imagination fueled his mission. Picture him in 1908, a scrappy reporter, envisioning a philosophy from Carnegie's nudge. No blueprint existed. He imagined it, piecing together 500 interviews into a system. When Think and Grow Rich hit shelves, it was imagination made real, selling millions. He writes, the imaginative forces become active only when spurred by well-defined motive. His motive? Uplift humanity. Imagination comes in two flavors. Hill says, synthetic and creative. Synthetic recombines old ideas. Think Ford's assembly line, borrowed from meatpacking but revolutionized for cars. Creative births the new. Edison's light bulb, a spark no one saw coming. Both build success, but creative imagination taps the infinite, that ether Hill raves about. Edison's a poster child here. Hill recounts his 10,000 failures before the bulb glowed. Imagination kept him going. Each flop a clue, each tweak a vision. When it worked, homes lit up worldwide. Hill notes, imagination is the starting point of all worthwhile achievement. Edison didn't just tinker, he dreamed big. A modern parallel, J.K. Rowling. Broke, on a train, she imagined Harry Potter, A boy wizard no one else saw. Synthetic? She wove myths and boarding school tales. Creative? Hogwarts was hers alone. That vision, scribbled on napkins, became a billion-dollar saga. Hill would nod. Imagination turned poverty to riches. It ties to the definite aim. Without a target, imagination wanders. Rowling aimed to tell a story, Edison to banish darkness. Hill's trick? Picture your goal vividly. See it. Feel it. Autosuggestion helps. Tell your mind what to build. It's the rung where dreams take shape. Key takeaway. Imagination isn't idle, it's active. Dream, then do. Chapter 7. Enthusiasm. Lesson 7 is enthusiasm, the spark that turns effort into magic. Hill calls it a state of mind that inspires and arouses one to put action into the task at hand. It's not just cheerfulness. It's contagious energy, the kind that rallies others to your cause. Hill's own enthusiasm shines through his journey. Imagine him in 1908, a young reporter, eyes blazing as he pitched his vision to Carnegie. That fire carried him through 20 years of interviews, setbacks, and triumphs, infecting millions with his law of success. He writes, "My enthusiasm over it becomes contagious and others are influenced by it." It's the pulse of his philosophy. What makes enthusiasm tick? Hill ties it to desire and belief, those early rungs. It's desire vocalized, confidence amplified. He says it's a mind stimulant, like caffeine for your soul, pushing you past doubt. And when paired with a mastermind, it's dynamite. Take William Wrigley Jr., the chewing gum king Hill admired. Wrigley started with soap, but his enthusiasm was for gum, a nickel treat he believed in. He'd ride trains, chatting up passengers, giving out samples with a grin. When sales lagged, he didn't sulk. He mailed free packs to homes nationwide. That zest turned a penny product into a fortune. Hill would say Wrigley's enthusiasm sold more than his gum. It sold his vision. A modern echo, Oprah Winfrey. From a tough childhood, she radiated enthusiasm on her talk show. Every guest, every story lit with passion. That energy built an empire, TV, books, philanthropy. Hill's point? Uncontrolled enthusiasm can backfire, but harnessed, it's a superpower. Example in action. Hill lectured to 100,000 people, sparking ambition with his fervor. One listener, Lester Park, leapt from failure to film mogul in weeks, ignited by Hill's vibe. Enthusiasm isn't loud, it's alive. Takeaway: light your fire. Let it spread. It's the rung that warms the climb. Chapter 8. Self-control. If enthusiasm is the flame, self-control is the reins. Hill warns, without self-control, enthusiasm can burn you out, or worse. It's mastering your impulses, anger, lust, fear, so your energy serves your aim, not scatters it. Hill's life tested this. Jailed falsely, he could have raged. Bankrupt, he could have quit. Instead, he reigned in despair, channeling it into writing. He advised FDR, shaping a nation, because he mastered himself first. He writes, "Lack of self-discipline tops failure's causes. Excess in sex, food, or temper sinks dreams." Why so vital? Hill links it to power. Uncontrolled, you're a loose cannon. Enthusiasm without direction. Controlled, you're a laser. He nods to Napoleon Bonaparte, a genius leader undone by no self-control, exiled after indulgence, and ego spiraled. Hill contrasts this with his own rise, tempered by restraint. Enter Harvey Firestone, tire magnate Hill studied. Firestone faced rubber shortages, labor strife, yet stayed cool. When competitors panicked, he planned, building factories, securing supplies. Self-control kept his enthusiasm productive, not frantic. His tires rolled worldwide because he held the reins. Modern twist, Jeff Bezos. Amazon's early days were chaos, losses, doubters. Bezos didn't lash out or overpromise. He controlled his vision, patiently scaling from books to everything. Hill would applaud. Self-control turns wild ambition into steady empire. Hill's tip? Pause. Breathe. Autosuggestion helps. Repeat. I am the master of my fate. It's not suppression, it's direction. Tie it to the golden rule later. Control ensures you give wisely, not rashly. Lesson 8's core. Rule yourself. Rule your world. It's the rung of strength. Chapter 9. Doing more than paid for. Lesson 9. Doing more than paid for. This is Hill's secret weapon over-delivering. He says, the habit of doing more than paid for pays off, not just in cash, but in opportunity. It's the extra mile that sets you apart. He'll live this. Broke, he lectured for free, sharing his philosophy with 100,000 souls. That generosity seeded Think and Grow Rich. Millions bought it because he gave first. He writes, compound interest on compound interest is nature's rate. When you over-deliver, returns multiply. Why does it work? Hill ties it to human nature, like attracts like. Give more, get more. It's initiative plus enthusiasm, controlled for impact. He lists selfish employer as a failure cause, stinginess repels. Generosity magnetizes. George Eastman, Kodak's founder, exemplifies this. Hill notes Eastman didn't just sell cameras. He gave customers quality beyond price, plus innovations like film rolls. When rivals cut corners, Eastman's extra effort won loyalty. Kodak dominated photography. Hill would say, he climbed by giving. Today, think Tony C. of Zappos. Free shipping, insane customer service. C over-delivered, turning a shoe site into a billion-dollar legend. Customers didn't just buy, they evangelized. Hill's law in action. Exceed expectations, reap abundance. Real-world story. Hill cites a clerk who stayed late, unpaid, to fix a client's problem. Soon, he ran the store. Extra effort opened doors. It's mastermind fuel too. Give to allies, they give back. Advice? Start small. Extra time, a kind word. It's not loss, it's investment. This rung shines with promise. Chapter 10, A Pleasing Personality. Lesson 10 is a pleasing personality, the art of winning people over. Hill calls it the personality of success, a magnet that draws allies, opportunities, and trust. It's not fake charm. It's genuine appeal, built on courtesy, enthusiasm, and harmony. Hill's own charisma fueled his rise. From a rough mountain kid, he charmed Andrew Carnegie into a 20-year quest. His letter to a skeptical businessman, listing 14 confidence-building traits, oozed sincerity, turning doubt into partnership. Hill writes, I spread the sunshine of optimism wherever I can. That's the core, a vibe others crave. What's a pleasing personality? Hill says it's self-control plus enthusiasm, minus ego. It's a firm handshake, a warm smile, a listener's ear. He lists negative personality as a failure cause. Grumps repel, magnets attract. It's mastermind glue. Harmony starts with you. Meet Theodore Roosevelt, a Hill favorite. TR's toothy grin and hearty laugh won over Rough Riders and diplomats alike. During the Spanish-American War, he led with gusto, but his real power was personal. Soldiers followed because they liked him. Hill would nod. TR's charm built his legend. Modern spin, Ellen DeGeneres. Her talk show thrives on kindness, dancing, laughing, uplifting guests. When scandal hit, her core appeal, authentic warmth, kept fans loyal. Hill's point, magnetic people draw success. Ellen's a living proof. Example in action. Hill cites a salesman who smiled through rejection, landing deals others lost. It's not manipulation, it's connection. Hill's tip? Practice courtesy daily, small acts compound. This rung makes you irresistible. Takeaway, shine bright, stay real. It's the rung of attraction. Chapter 11, Accurate Thinking. Lesson 11, Accurate Thinking. Hill shifts to the mind's razor, separating fact from fluff. He writes, accurate thinking is the ability to separate facts from opinions and conjectures. It's not guessing, it's knowing, the bedrock of sound decisions. Hill honed this through struggle. Researching 500 success stories, he sifted hype from truth, Edison's failures, Ford's grit. Falsely jailed, he didn't rant. He analyzed, emerging sharper. He advised FDR with facts, not feelings, crafting fear itself. Hill says, guessing instead of thinking dooms you, accuracy saves. Why critical? Hill ties it to tolerance and self-confidence. Intolerance clouds judgment, doubt muddies facts. He warns, the doubting mind is not a creative mind. Accurate thinking clears the fog, aligning you with reality. Marshall Field, Chicago's retail king, lived this. Hill notes Field didn't guess trends, he studied them. When others built small, Field tracked demand, erecting a department store empire on data. Fires burned it down, facts rebuilt it. Hill would salute, Field thought straight. Today, Think Satya Nadella at Microsoft. Taking over in 2014, he didn't assume, he analyzed. Cloud computing was the future. He pivoted hard, tripling stock value. Hill's law holds. Facts trump hunches. Hill's method? Ask, is it true? Prove it. He cites Robert Ingersoll's skepticism. Question everything. A clerk who checked sales stats, not gossip, rose fast. This rung demands clarity. Core lesson. Think sharp. Facts are your ladder's steel. Chapter 12. Concentration. Hill calls it the ability to focus the mind on one subject to the exclusion of all others. It's imagination's engine, desire's laser, turning scattered energy into unstoppable force. Hill's focus built this book. Amid chaos, bankruptcies, jail, he zeroed in, codify success. 20 years, 500 interviews, one aim. Distractions loomed, concentration won. He writes, dissipation of energies, jack of all trades, fails. Focus succeeds. What's concentration? Hill says it's willpower plus a definite aim. It's shutting out noise, fear, doubt, trivia, to lock on your goal. Paired with a mastermind, it's a battering ram. Alone, it's still a sledgehammer. The Panama Canal proves it. Hill marvels. Engineers faced landslides, disease, skeptics saying it couldn't hold. They concentrated, digging, redesigning, one cut at a time. Years later, ships sailed through. Hill would cheer. Focus carved a wonder. Modern hero, Serena Williams. Tennis demands split-second focus. Every serve, every volley. Losses stung, injuries hit, but she locked on. Be the best. 23 Grand Slams later, Hill's principle shines. Concentration conquers. Hill's trick? Visualize your aim daily. See it, hold it. He cites a student who focused on one deal, ignoring side gigs, and won big. It's not multitasking, it's mastery. Takeaway, zero in. This rung drives your climb home. Chapter 13, Cooperation. Lesson 13 is cooperation, the power of teamwork. Hill declares, cooperation is the beginning of all organized effort. It's the mastermind's heartbeat, amplifying individual strength into collective triumph. Alone, you're a spark. Together, a blaze. Hill's journey proves it. His 20-year odyssey, interviewing Ford, Edison, Carnegie, relied on cooperation. Editors, allies, even his stepmother's support formed his mastermind, pushing him past poverty and doubt. He writes, no one succeeds greatly without the active cooperation of others. It's harmony in action. What's cooperation? It's mutual effort toward a definite aim, fueled by trust and a pleasing personality. Hill ties it to self-control. Egoists disrupt, cooperators build. He lists lack of loyalty as a failure cause. Betrayal sinks teams. Cooperation is the glue. Andrew Carnegie, Hill's mentor, mastered this. Steel wasn't just iron. It was people, workers, managers, partners aligned by Carnegie's vision. He delegated, rewarded, and listened, turning rivals into allies. When he sold his empire for $480 million in 1901, cooperation crowned him king. Hill would say, Carnegie climbed by lifting others. Modern lens, Pixar. Steve Jobs, Ed Catmull, and John Lasseter didn't just make films, they cooperated. Artists, techies, storytellers synced on Toy Story, defying odds. Ego could have killed it. Teamwork birthed a dynasty. Hill's principle shines. Unity multiplies. Real-world spark. Hill cites a factory worker who rallied peers to fix a flaw, unpaid. Production soared. He rose to foreman. Cooperation isn't forced, it's inspired. Hill's tip? Seek win-wins. Give to gain. This rung builds bridges. Takeaway, team up. Success is a group sport. Chapter 14, Profiting by Failure. Lesson 14, Profiting by Failure. Hill flips the script. Failure isn't the end, it's the teacher. He writes, every failure carries with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. It's not about avoiding falls, it's about mining them for wisdom. Hill's life is Exhibit A. Bankrupt in the 1920s, jailed falsely, he hit rock bottom. Yet each flop taught him resilience from loss, clarity from chaos. He emerged to advise FDR, turning stumbles into a philosophy millions embraced. Hill says, temporary defeat is failure's disguise, profit lies beneath. Why embrace it? Hill ties this to self-confidence and accurate thinking. Doubt sees failure as final, facts see lessons. He lists fear of criticism as a crippler. Those who dread flops freeze. Hill urges, analyze, adapt, advance. Robert Fulton, steamboat pioneer, lived this. Hill recounts Fulton's first boat sinking. Crowds jeered, investors fled. He didn't quit. He studied the wreck, tweaked the design. In 1807, the Claremont steamed up the Hudson, launching an era. Failure wasn't Fulton's foe, it was his forge. Today, consider Sarah Blakely of Spanx. Her door-to-door sales flopped. Hosiery mills laughed. Each no sharpened her pitch. Comfort, not couture. She turned rejection into a billion-dollar brand. Hill would cheer. Failure polished her diamond. Hill's method? Post-mortem every defeat. Ask, what worked? What didn't? He cites a merchant who lost a store to fire, then rebuilt bigger with insurance smarts. Failure's profit? Knowledge. This rung turns scars into stars. Core lesson, fall forward. Defeats your gold mine. Chapter 15, Tolerance. Lesson 15, Tolerance. Hill calls it the disposition to be patient and fair toward those whose opinions, practices, and beliefs differ from one's own. It's the open mind that fuels growth, cooperation, and peace. Hill learned this hard way. Raised in narrow-minded Appalachia, he saw intolerance breed conflict, feuds, prejudice. His success quest flipped that, meeting diverse minds like Edison, deaf, Carnegie, immigrant. He embraced difference. He writes, intolerance closes the book of knowledge. Tolerance opens it. Why vital? Hill links it to accurate thinking and enthusiasm. Bigots twist facts. Zealots burn bridges. He lists narrow-mindedness as failure's root. Shutting out ideas sinks you. Tolerance builds master minds. Diversity strengthens. Abraham Lincoln, Hill's hero, embodied this. Facing a divided nation, Lincoln didn't demonize the South. He sought understanding. His cabinet? Rivals he tolerated, even liked, forging unity from discord. The Union held, slavery fell. Hill would say, tolerance won the war. Modern echo, Nelson Mandela. Jailed 27 years, he didn't hate his captors, he engaged them. Post-apartheid, he embraced foes in a rainbow nation, not revenge. Tolerance healed South Africa. Hill's law lives, open hearts, open doors. Hill's story. He once met a racist skeptic, listened, and won him over with facts, not fists. Tolerance isn't weakness, it's strength. His advice? Seek the why behind views, understanding Trump's judgment. This rung widens your world. Takeaway, stay open. Tolerance lifts you higher. Chapter 16, Using the Golden Rule to Win Cooperation. Lesson 16 is using the Golden Rule to win cooperation. Hill invokes the timeless maxim, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's not just morality, it's strategy. He writes, the Golden Rule is the surest way to win willing cooperation. Give respect, get loyalty. Hill lived this. Broke and pitching his philosophy, he offered free lectures. 100,000 heard him. That generosity boomeranged. Publishers, allies, readers flocked. He once helped a struggling writer, unasked. Years later, that writer boosted Hill's work. Hill says, you can't beat nature's law of sowing and reaping. Why does it work? It's cooperation's soul, tied to a pleasing personality and tolerance. Selfishness repels, fairness attracts. Hill lists lack of loyalty as failure's kin, stinginess breeds enemies. The Golden Rule flips that, give first, gain more. John Wanamaker, retail pioneer Hill admired, nailed this. Running his Philadelphia store, he treated staff like family. Fair pay, kind words. When competitors cut corners, Wanamaker's team innovated. First escalators, honest ads. Customers and workers stuck. He thrived. Hill would nod. The Golden Rule built his empire. Modern take. Howard Schultz of Starbucks. He gave baristas healthcare and stock before it was cool, treating them as he'd want to be treated. Loyalty soared. Starbucks grew global. Hill's law holds. Sow goodwill, reap teamwork. Hill's story. He aided a bankrupt friend, expecting nothing. That friend later funded Hill's next venture. His tip? Act generously daily. Small deeds compound. This rung wins hearts and hands. Takeaway, give to get. It's the rung of reciprocity. Chapter 17, The Prosperous Habit of Health. Lesson 17. The Prosperous Habit of Health. Hill crowns his ladder with vitality, saying, "A sound body is essential to a sound mind." Health isn't a side note. It's success's fuel, powering every rung from desire to focus. Hill's own vigor drove him. Through jail, loss, and grueling work, he stayed active, walking, thinking, living. He ties health to sexual energy, a bold claim. Vitality, not indulgence, sparks creativity. He writes, "Ill health cripples ambition, wellness lifts it." Why health? Hill links it to self-control and enthusiasm. Overeating, sloth, or excess dim your fire. Balance stokes it. He warns, lack of vitality stalls climbs. Energy is your engine. Cornelius Vanderbilt, railroad tycoon Hill studied, proves it. Into his 70s, Vanderbilt worked dawn to dusk, building tracks across America. No pampering. He ate lean, rode horses, stayed sharp. His health fueled a $100 million fortune. Hill would say, vitality built his rails. Today, look at Arianna Huffington. Burned out at the Huffington Post, she crashed, literally, from exhaustion. She pivoted, preaching sleep, exercise, mindfulness via Thrive Global. Health reborn, her influence grew. Hill's point? A strong body powers a strong mission. Hill's twist, sexual energy, transmuted, not wasted, drives achievement. Edison, he hints, channeled it into invention. Practical tip? Eat light, move daily, rest well, simple, not easy. This runs a dynamo. Core lesson, thrive physically, win mentally. It's your ladder's capstone. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and please remember to subscribe to receive notification of upcoming recordings. See you in next video.